I Had a Favorite Hat, written by Bonnie Ashburn, illustrated by Robyn Ng. I had a favorite hat that was my bestest hat ever. I wore it every day at the beach to keep the sunny blue skies out of my eyes. It was flippy and floppy and perfectly sloppy. At the end of the summer, Mama packed up my beach things and said, "Bye until spring." But I said, wait, not my hat. "My dear," Mama said, "that hat is so clearly a beach hat. It just won't look right anywhere else." But she was wrong. It could be so much more. I snatched my favorite hat from the summery things pile with a crafty smile, and it hung on my door, my favorite hat, waiting to be so much more. When the crisp, cool days of autumn fell, Maggie Jean, my very bestest partner in crime, said, "What shall we be this time?" I was inspired. With a little of this and a little of that, I had the perfect hat for my Halloween costume. Aren't we a scream? When we took down the cobwebs and bats, Mama said, "Now the hat." And I said, "Just like that? See how it's more than a beach hat?" I took off this and I took off that and I hung it back on my door once more. Until Mrs. Campbell sang out one day in her sing-song way, "For holiday concert night, wear what feels just right." I tried and tried, but couldn't decide until Maggie Jean eyed my favorite hat, which always feels just right. With a little of this and a little of that, I had an oh so cozy "Here Comes the Snow" hat that felt just right while we sang our holiday songs. After the happy holidays, we boxed up the holly, but I grabbed my hat back. "Not yet," I said, because it occurred to me that with a little of this and a little of that, I had the perfect birthday girl hat for me. I wore my hat for all to see while I blew out all the candles in one big whoosh. I'm another whole year older now, but I still play dress up with Maggie Jean, the fashion queen. You're never too old to play dress up. And with a little of this and a little of that, my not just a beach hat looks oh so right with my favorite dress up dress. Who knew? Mama says with a sigh and misty eyes, "You look just like Eliza Doolittle." And Maggie Jean and I reply, "Eliza who little?" Because we think just alike, just you know, and we don't even know who that is. Mama mutters something about fairs and ladies while Maggie Jean and I finish our fashion show. Everything back in the trunks is the rule, but my hat is too cool to put back. I sneak it past Mama and stash it on top of my red swingy sweater. When I pull out my sweater on Valentine's Day, I say, "Hey!" And with a little of this and a little of that, my hat makes a divine little Valentine. Even Henry Stevens thinks so. Until he doesn't. Sigh. "Wise," Maggie Jean says. "Heartbreak? Pshaw. Let's make something new so you don't feel blue." We look at my calendar and find the perfect thing on it, with a little of this and a little of that. An Easter bonnet. Maggie Jean and I look sweet as treats. Mama said so, you know. And oh so grown up, with the tiny little heels on the shoes of our feet. Not too grown up for an egg hunt, though, and you're never too old for jelly beans. Then I unmake my bonnet till there's nothing on it again. One day at Grandma's house with the green on green, fence to fence lawn, we decide to start a garden. "Lovely," says Grandma, and we weed and wait and watch day after day until pop, 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 up they sprout. But wait a minute, get out. "I know just the thing," Grandma says. We cut and stable and stuff till our scarecrow seems scary and tough. But does he have the right stuff? No, he doesn't. So I add on my hat, my favorite hat, with a little of this and a little of that, and it flappity flaps in the breeze. He makes it look easy all spring, don't you know, as he scares away every last single crow, and our garden grows leafy and green. But one windy Wednesday, my hat, just like that, flew away. Grandma said so. And now there was nothing left of my dear departed hat. Oh no. At the beach, I tell my sad hat story to Maggie Jean as I try in vain to keep the sunny blue skies out of my eyes. "No worries," says my inflappable friend, reaching into her beach bag. Floppy sloppy hats are OUT anyway. Trim shiny visors are in. I'm not so sure that my new hat is a win, but I do know with a little of this and a little of that, my new hat can be anything I want it to be.